Hey everyone, my name is Ellabelle and I'm a part-time illustrator living in the UK. I have been drawing for about 10 years on and off. It was always just a hobby and it started really when I just moved overseas to London, and I started drawing because I was traveling a lot and I really wanted to remember all of the beautiful places that I traveled. Now, fast forward to 2023, I decided to start selling some of the art prints that I made off the back of these travel drawings. And in 2024, I was like, well, actually, there's no more avoiding it. I should be sharing all of my work online on social media. So I really put effort into making content and sharing more of my drawings. Around April last year in 2024, a couple of my videos went viral, and it was really nice to see just so many people connect with my artwork. But not only did they connect with my artwork, they connected with my drawing space. So I got a lot of comments about this exact setup, how calming it was, where did I get the drawing board, which is like one of the biggest questions that I got. Same with the ring light. So now I'm starting a YouTube channel. I thought that might be the first video that I will make, and hopefully you find it helpful and it answers any questions that you might have about my space. Deciding I wanted to set up a space, it actually started because I was on Instagram and I was looking at all of these accounts, and I realized that a lot of the accounts which really drew me to them, even more so than art, were the accounts that had a vibe. Like there are artists out there who would show photos about their space, and I thought it was really interesting because I like to know a little bit more about where art is created. Putting it in a beautiful setting, or like setting your art in a beautiful setting, it's almost like you can curate how people will see your work. And I just thought, that's a vibe, you know what, I want to do it too. So I went on Pinterest and I looked up, literally, I think it was art studio inspiration, art desk inspiration, using a range of different photos as inspiration starts to give you a little bit of a better idea of what you resonate with, which I think is actually most important, because everyone is super, super different, and you want to create a space which is unique to you, not just anybody else, and that's important. So I started with small drawings. And I used to draw in books this size, which was great, I guess, when you're like on top of it and then you're here. But I thought 2024, I'll do something different. Let's do large drawings. It was really, really, really difficult to do large drawings on a flat surface because immediately your perspective shifts. So I just started drawing all of these wonky things and I was like, what is going on? What is going on? You know what? I need a drawing board or an easel which will increase the angle towards your face, and you'll be able to actually like view things within the right perspective and then draw them. And I'm super picky as well. I'm one of those people that likes to well, doesn't like to waste things. I really hate buying something and then not being right, because I don't like the process of returning it. None of that for me. So I did a lot of research. So I settled on this brand called Danube or Danube. This drawing board is really sturdy, and when I bought it, I was like, oh my god, like it's huge. I went for the A2 size because I was drawing in A3. So it was a perfect size, and I put it on my desk, and bam, you know what? I started drawing. I'll put all of the links down below just so you have access to it. So the next thing that I bought was a phone holder, because I was drawing, I was doing these small drawings and I was kind of putting my phone here and trying to draw with the other hand. And I don't know how anybody does that, because it is hard. Props to anyone who does, because you must have really steady hands. That was not working for me. So I went on Amazon and I bought myself a phone holder. Now this is the one, oh actually, let me move it a little bit this way so you can see. This is the phone holder and it clips to the side of the desk. It's really helpful because it doesn't actually take up any space, and it's perfect for my phone. It actually came with a really helpful detachable ring light, which is what you see back here. You're supposed to kind of put it on the arm of this and then take photos, but I realized that I was only filming on my desk anyway, so I took the ring light and I clamped it onto this. And also, because it was a clip, it didn't take up any space. So this was like hitting all of the markers for me. Now, the next thing that I got was the chair. I work full time in an office and I do all of those ergonomic assessments. When it came to chairs, I just really did not agree with what they were saying. With the backrest, I've got quite short legs. I can't even go all the way back, so I find myself quite like slouching on it. So I did some research and I found these things called saddle seats, which is what nail technicians use. It's what dentists use as well. So I found the saddle seat and it is beautiful. Again, it needs to be aesthetic. You literally can't slouch, otherwise it's not comfortable. And when sitting upright, it kind of engages your core muscles a lot more. It engages your back muscles, and then it being a saddle. Oh, sorry. Hello. Hi. Oh my god, I'm feeling so self-conscious. It's taking so long. Sorry. That's alright. I'll just stop there.
It's all part of the...
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it being a saddle seat means that your legs fall out to the sides, and so you don't have strain on your hip flexors. And I don't get numb legs at all, so I can draw all day, fine back, got my drawing board, it helps with posture. And that's what we want. So now you know about my tools. I'm going to go into a few more mindset hacks that kept me drawing all of last year. Now, drawing last year was really important because I had made the decision that I wanted to grow my account. Now, if I wanted to grow my account, one of the first rules with social media is that you have to post consistently, which also meant I had to draw consistently. And for somebody who was kind of scared to put their work out there, who liked to procrastinate instead of doing things that scared them, I needed all the help that I could get. So the first thing I had mentioned a little bit earlier was having a drawing board with an open book on it. And this was really helpful because it continuously gave me a visual reminder to come back to drawing, to come back to finish the work that I had already started. Now, the next thing was having all of my workspace set up, ready to draw. So I have my pens out, I've got my book, all of that was in arm's reach basically. And all I needed to do was sit down. If I needed extra help, now this are some gum leaves, and I grew up in Australia and my backyard was full of gum trees, and so I could smell eucalyptus all the time. Now, these are seeded gum leaves, and apart from being super aesthetic, they smell gorgeous, but they are just far away enough for me to have to sit down to smell them. Now, the next thing is my timer. Can I show it to you? I feel like this is show and tell. This is a really pretty timer. I have to thank my husband for this idea, because once I started drawing quite frequently, I got into my head like almost immediately. I was like, oh my god, people are going to think la da da da. So I had this idea that my next drawing had to be so much better than my previous drawing, and it would stop me from even starting. If you don't have one right now, I would definitely suggest that you get one. When I draw, I face this wall, and when I get into my head, see, there's a real theme here, can't you? When I get into my head, or if I get into my head and think that I can't draw something, I just look up. So on this wall here are all my old drawings. I think that I'm really proud of them actually, and they should be on walls, and I just put them up right in front of me just to remind me, if for whatever reason I think I can't do it, that I actually can, and that I have, and everything will be fine. So I wrote myself two notes. So one is, discipline is self-love in motion, which I just like thinking about that. Rather than discipline being something that you have to have, it's really a way of showing your self-love. The other one is powerful and courageous, because sometimes that's the opposite of how I feel, and it's just a good reminder. If you see it every day, if you see these words, then if you embody that feeling, then you can bring that to life. So that's it for now. Those are my mindset hacks. Hopefully you found this helpful and answers your questions. If you've got any other questions, please let me know in the comments below, and I'll be more than happy to help with them. I have put all of the links to my the tools that I use in the comments below. And yeah, thanks for watching.